Welcome to the part 4 of the Params series. In this episode, you'll see how to use the association name underscore IDs setter method that's available in Active Record. It's called an association proxy method. So let's get started on this example. So I created another project for this, and we are going to create some models. And we'll also have a blog model that will have name attribute. We'll create another controller called readers controller. We just have one attribute, that's fine. And then in blogs we have this name attribute, and I'm also going to create a join table. Remember that it needs to start blogs underscore readers because alphabetically named. So blogs, this table underscore this table, which is readers, and we don't need ID. It's just a join table which will have foreign keys, blog ID and reader ID, no other attributes. And we'll also create some test records for the blog, and let's go to app, views, readers, create an index HTML ERB file. Here we will have logic to display the reader and their favorite blogs like this. Loop through each reader and the reader's name. His favorite blog is reader.blogs.each and the blog name. Since we have the active record, reader has and belongs to many blogs, we can access reader instance dot blogs here. Blogs that will give each of the blog instance for that reader favorite list, and then we can print out the name of that particular blog. We need to also set up the relation here. Blog belongs to many readers. Since we have has and belongs to many on both sides, we have a join table. That's how we can create records that associates the blog to the reader, and we can iterate through readers and print their blogs, and we can also list all the readers of a particular blog. Both ways we can list them. So in the view we can have a new HTML ERB. So form for reader, this is the name of the reader, and then we have collection select, and this will list in a drop down box all the blogs in the system, and you can have multiple selection is turned on. You can do a multiple select. The registrations controller, we will have a new and create method. want to just redirect to the index section. So index will have just initialization for the readers, so we can loop through them and display all the values. Now let's create the tables. Let's see what the reader says. Blogs, and cannot find blogs. Why is it? DB migrate. Okay. Looks like I'm referring to blocks even before I create it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that was the problem. Okay, now we can bring up the server. And we can go to readers new. So we can create a new reader. Okay, we have to define the routes. Okay, and Josh Sisser create. Boom. Shuri's favorite block is Josh Sisser. That's how it's created. Let's go to the console and let's check out the params hash. The reader is the active record, and this is the hash. So when you do a params of hash, params of reader, you're keying into this hash. See, it has a list of blog IDs, array of blog IDs. If you select multiple values, you'll have multiple values inside this array. And automatically Rails does an insert statement here, name, and the name surely goes into that record. And also it inserts automatically in the blogs readers table. Since you're following the convention, it is inserted reader ID 1, Shori. Blog ID is 2, which is Josh Shasher. Okay, and when you do a select, it automatically does a join with blogs readers. The blogs is joined with blogs readers, and blogs.id is nothing but blogs readers dot blogs ID. And blogs readers, the reader ID is 1, since we know that's the particular reader we are trading on. So we looked at an example of how to build a new parent model and build its join model in just a few lines of code. And in this case, we are using has and belongs to many. We're not using fields for an index trick in this time. You're just using the association proxy method. So this, what is that association proxy method? Let's go back to the controller. Here we did it this way. We can actually also the reader actually has a method available on it, something like this: reader dot blog underscore IDs equals. We can pass in an array of IDs. That's what Rails internally did it for us. Actually, it automatically knows, since we got this blog IDs here, it automatically knows that it needs to call this and set the association. So what this one line of code did for us is, if you see code like this in your action, you have a create, and then you have params of blog ID. These kind of codes are still being written by people, so you can actually refactor and make it simpler. Reader dot blogs less than blog dot find that ID. So you cannot blame the developer, because right now the books are showing examples like this instead of showing shorter way, which is much more elegant. It's just the same thing. So just one more thing before I wrap up. I just want to go back to the console and do a reader. Let's say reader equals reader dot find one, since I know the ID is one. So we have one reader. So let's say reader public methods dot sort. So blog IDs must be here. Sort be blog underscore IDs. This is the getter and this is the setter. This is what we are using actually to make the controller code simpler. So that's all for this screencast, and if you enjoyed it, please recommend me and working with us. Thank you.